What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Sorry that I missed last week, but as you can see, watch, I'll show you. My truck had been leaking oil, so I was actually missing, leaking oil from a couple gaskets. I needed a new thermostat housing and a few other things, so I had to have a bunch of work done, and they had my truck for like 2 weeks, or almost 2 weeks actually. It was like a week and a few days, so had to do all that, get that all. And yeah, so that sucked. But anyway, if you want to help me with that, the easiest way, of course, is just to like the videos and subscribe to my channel. But I also have a Teespring link in all of my videos where I sell like t-shirts and stickers and stuff. So if you guys want some merch, this is actually one of those, and then I have a few other stickers, but these die cut ones, these are like $8. So yeah, if you guys want to, go ahead and hit up that Teespring, and that's an awesome way to help like pay for that, because it kind of costs a lot of money. But anyway, I'm gonna head north today and go camping and find some snow, so I'll see you guys when I get there. Took a long time to get out here for me today, but I finally did find a little spot to pull off and hang out in. So I came up north expecting just a little bit more snow than there is. There's still a lot on the ground, but while I was coming up the trail, a lot of it was actually just like mud. It was super muddy coming up here, so I was like slipping and sliding everywhere that I was going. And yeah, but I found a cool little spot, kind of tucked right back in there, hanging out. The snow that's on the ground is pretty deep. I mean, that's several inches deep. But yeah, pretty fun getting up here. I had to be in four-wheel drive quite a ways, so but I'm gonna be hanging out here tonight. Got some things planned for dinner, and should be pretty fun. So I came up here and I was expecting it to be like freezing, and absolutely not. It is like 60 degrees outside right now. I was sawing up all that wood and the sun came out and I started getting hot. I was like, what the heck? So I got this, the little thermometer. My wife got this for me for Christmas. And yeah, it's like 60 degrees out here. There's snow on the ground, but it's like 60 degrees. I'm sure it'll get cold tonight. I'll do some temperature readings like throughout the night. I'm sure it'll get cold, but yeah, I was sawing up that wood and I was like, oh man, had to roll up my sleeves and everything. So yeah, this is winter camping, but kind of record highs in my state. Global warming is for sure a thing. I don't know what it's like in your guys' state right now or in your area, but yeah, I was expecting a little bit more like frigid temperatures, but it's really not that bad right now. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. decided to come for a little hike, and I'm seeing all these tracks everywhere, so hopefully I see an animal out here. This is my first time using all this stuff, so give me a break if I look a little silly trying to figure it out. I've actually never in my life had a camping stove like this anyway. You guys have seen I have that little backpacking stove, but never in my life have I had something like this before, so give me a break there. But anyway, this kind of has to, I want to talk about my New Year's kind of stuff. This has to be like my New Year's video, because I did miss last week, you know, with the truck being in the shop and everything. So just kind of talk about like goals and what I see for myself and like what I'm going to be doing differently. And one of them, actually the main thing, is I'm going to try to train for a marathon. And this is something that I've done before. I've trained for a marathon before, and then 2020 kind of happened, and I obviously didn't run the marathon because everybody was in shutdown and everything. That year I definitely would have made it though. I was definitely on track. The marathon was in October, and by March I was, you know, able to run 20 miles. Not easily, mind you. It was very, very difficult to run that. So definitely not easy, but I was able to do it, and that's kind of the point. So in going with that, in me wanting to run the marathon, I'm actually going on a different diet. So it's actually anti-inflammatory, the diet that I'm going on. And you know, it's kind of, to me, it seems kind of close to keto. Like, it's, you know, whole foods, lots of fruits and veggies, and then I can have meat as well, but they want me to be kind of low-key with be a little bit low-key with the red meat. So I can have like fish, chicken, turkey. I can't have lunch meat. I can have, you know, maybe like sausages and bacon and stuff, but like really not supposed to. And really the main thing is they want me to have mostly like, you know, just whole foods. So like I can snack on almonds and stuff like that. I can't have peanuts or peanut butter. I can't have candy, processed sugar, things like that. So yeah, I'm going on the anti-inflammatory diet to try to keep my knees in check. So today for dinner, I actually brought asparagus that I'm getting on now because I like my asparagus to be cooked pretty well. And then I'm cooking some salmon up as well. The other goal that I have really, like, for this channel in general is just to keep going. You know what I mean? I'm having fun with it. I'm gaining a few subscribers, but that doesn't really matter to me because this is like more of an excuse to get out, do something that I enjoy doing, right? I like coming camping. This is fun for me. It gets me out. It's good for my mental health. So I, you know, really just not stop doing this, just keep coming out and having fun and not worrying about all the little details or aspects of it, not trying to be perfect, but just get out here, continue having fun. Everything really in my life is smooth, I guess, you know, in a sense, right? It's not perfect. No life is perfect, but I enjoy my job and everything that I'm doing right now. This is the most fun hobby that I've ever had. And, you know, as you get older, like, you tend to worry a lot less. So this year I'll be turning 30 in June, and I don't know, I'm ready. Everybody says like 30 to 40 is a pretty good decade. So, you know, I'll be ready to make that transition by the time June comes around and roll into my 30s with some momentum and happiness and stuff like that. So, didn't have a whole lot of New Year's resolutions other than the marathon, eating cleaner, and then continuing doing this hobby and having fun with it. If you guys want, I'd like to hear what you're doing, just because it's like motivating to see what other people are doing. I think that it's motivating to hear what your goals are, what you're working on, and then I think it's also good for you guys to reiterate it. So if you want to share with me in the comments, go ahead. You know what I mean? Put in the comments, hey, I'm going to do this year. My New Year's resolution is to read a book a month. That's a lot of people's resolution. I'd like to read a little bit more this year as well. But yeah, just whatever. kind of whatever. Comment what if you guys want to or not. No big deal. I'm gonna cook up this asparagus. I'll get the salmon on here in a second. I wanted to get the asparagus going first because the salmon's gonna cook a lot faster than that. So, but while we're here, you know, I'm gonna continue with my sobriety journey. So I still haven't had a beer. I haven't had anything to drink. I haven't smoked weed. I haven't done anything like that since August. It's January now, so I really don't see myself ever doing it again. Just because, like, when I was a kid, right, when I was younger, I would get some sort of satisfaction out of it, or it was fun, or it was a social thing for me. Like, I would just hang out and, like, yeah, that's the thing to do, right? But now, not so much. I just don't need to. So I'm having peach sparkling water. If you guys want to have a beer or something at home while you're watching this with me and you're watching me cook, this is kind of cool. So I never had a stove like this, and I wanted to stay away from it. If you go back like 10 or 11 videos ago, I got this little grate that you put over the campfire, and I was like, I don't want a camping stove, right? I don't want to be glamping. I don't want to do, but in the snow, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this fire started, even though I cut all that wood. In the snow, yeah, this is really nice to have. I can have a non-stick, you know, pan and everything like that, and everything's gonna cook evenly and thoroughly, and so it's pretty nice. This is really nice. I'm pretty happy with it. So I got my salmon on now. The way that I cook my salmon is I'm actually a one flipper when it comes to salmon. I will put it skin side down and let it cook from the bottom up, and then I'll just flip it one time and keep it, you know, on that other side maybe for a minute. I cook it on the top, but so it'll just sit like this for a little while. I also got some lemon pepper seasoning. I got to open it, but I saw this one. It's only $1 at the store that's right by my house. So this is something like, I don't have to bring it from the house or anything. It can live in my truck because it's only $1. It doesn't really matter. So it can live in my truck, but I'm just gonna, bam, Emerald Lagasse it, bam, bam. That was way too much. It's an uncontrollable cap. That's probably why it's $1. That's a lot of lemon pepper. So this is what I look for right here, is you can see the color creeping up the middle. And once the middle part of the salmon is white, I'll flip it. There you guys have it. Dinner for tonight. I won't subject you guys to too much of my eating, but I do want to taste test on camera, so. The asparagus came out very good. Very, very good. And the salmon, perfect. Came out perfect. Even when I'm not, like, on this anti-inflammatory diet, I am a big fan of salmon anyway. So, I'll finish eating off camera, but 10 out of 10 on the camping meal, for sure. So it was like 60 degrees 2 hours ago, and then those clouds started moving in, and I noticed it kind of getting cold, and it's down to about 40. Not super cold, but I wonder, those clouds are kind of fast moving, but I wonder if they're going to bring some sort of storm with them or something. So I have this Stanley thermos now, and I made this tea before I left my house today. And I don't know if you can see it, it's steaming, but it's still too hot to drink. So that thing works pretty well because it's been in there for several hours, and it's been out here in It's getting kind of chilly right now, but yeah, it's still too hot to drink. I gotta let it cool down. It took a lot of work because everything's wet, but I was finally able to get a fire going. And just makes me like think, because I watched this show, it's called Alone, and these guys go out there with like a fire starter, like a striker, and nothing else, and they're able to get fire going. And like I have lighters and all kinds of stuff, and I had a hard time with this, so I can't even imagine what it's like to not have that. It's crazy. It's pretty tough. I don't know if you guys can see, but the snow is actually starting to come down just a little bit. At first I thought it was embers from the fire, but it is snowing just a little bit on me.
My thermometer is reading like just below freezing right now, so I don't know if you can see. The light's kind of, it's hard to see it on camera, but it's just below 32.
That snow really started to come down. I didn't want to get too wet, like with my outer gear and my pants and everything, so I just climbed in my truck, changed into my sweats already. I don't know if you can tell. The fire's still going. I'm just kind of watching it from here because the snow's not coming in. I closed the tailgate, and then my little glass piece acts as like a little visor for the snow, so no snow's coming in. I'm just kind of hanging out back here right now with the fire going out there and just chilling. Those of you that want to know what this is to protect me from basically haters, but anything evil that's like wished upon me. Let's see, my mustache was in my way. But yeah, anything evil like wished upon me, any bad stuff that's wished upon me, and like evil spirits, I think, and stuff like that. But that's what that is. That protects me from that. So I brought the Jackery, and I bought this little tiny ceramic heater. And the Jackery's max, this version's max wattage is 400, and this is 400 watts. And it will turn on for a second, and then this is cranking out like super hot air. And then when you see the watts get up to like the 400, the Jackery's shutting down. So I need to find something that's less than 400 watts. See, it peaked at 429, and then the Jackery's shutting down now. So I need to find something that's less than 400 watts over here in order to run it off the Jackery. I thought this would be a good idea, and it just turns out this is just a little bit too small for this bad boy right there. It's not that big of a deal because my new sleeping bag is so warm. My old one was definitely not rated for like, you know, negative temps or 0 degree temps or whatever. This one's rated for 0. And it's a lot warmer than my other one. So as long as I'm inside that, I'm fine. And then I still have candles and stuff if I need to light them. Right now, I don't. So I just finished editing like the front portion of this video. And other than that, I'm pretty much just going to hang out until the morning. And I may play some video games. I may read. I have a magazine and a book with me. So hang out. Probably go to bed early just because, you know, usually when I come out here, I fall asleep pretty early. Your body just wants to do the natural thing. So anyway, good night, guys. I'll see you in the morning.
About 5 in the morning, and it's just under 20 degrees in here, maybe like 15 degrees. I slept totally fine, though. This sleeping bag makes a huge difference, but I'm going to try to warm it up a little bit in here. It's a little too early to get out and try to leave and all that stuff today. So I'm going to try to warm it up back here a little bit. And I have an idea for that. So the Jackery can't power the heating portion of that little ceramic heater, but the heater does have a fan option. So I lit a bunch of candles and then I put the fan in front of it so that way maybe it'll redistribute the heat from there. Let's see if that'll warm it up at least a little bit for me. So that is working. I mean, it's not hot by any means in here, but it's definitely way more comfortable. Like the ambient air temperature is way more comfortable with that circulating. I'm just gonna kind of wait for the sun to come up before I get out. But in the meantime, my wife actually found me this sweet cream flavor, and it's in a can of the Keto Super coffees that I usually drink. So she saw it and she picked it up, which is really cool. She's really nice. And yeah, so I'm just gonna have this one as my morning coffee, because I don't have a way to make coffee out here, or at least I don't. It seems like a hassle, so I usually like to drink these, and these are usually really good. It's frozen a little bit. There's ice in it. That's a damn good flavor, though. I like that one. So, I love these things, though. There's zero sugar in them. It's just good tasting coffee, and it gets you caffeinated and gets you moving, gets you going. 10 out of 10, I recommend those Keto Super coffees. That one's really, really good. So I'm super happy with that. Thanks, babe. It's been about 15 minutes running the fan just behind those candles, and it's gone from the teens, so it was below 20, to now looks like it's just above 40 degrees in here. So definitely way more comfortable to hang out in, 43, 44 degrees than 15, 16, 17 degrees. And that's just by running the candles and the fan right there. And then I have a big candle in the back behind it, trying to heat up the air that's behind the little fan. So it's like pulling hot air through and then pushing hot air back out. And yeah, I mean, it seems to be working. I have the thermometer sitting like right here, right in front. So, maybe the whole truck is not that warm, but still pretty warm. There is a ton of frost on my windows, but the higher spot is starting to melt, I think, because of the candles and the heat in here. So, all right, time to get out. Get my truck started. What I'm waking up to this morning. Last time when it was this cold, my truck didn't want to start, so let's see if I have some better luck today. Not a problem. I'm gonna get that heated up. I'll probably jump back in the back because it's warmer back there right now for a couple minutes and let this warm up, and then head on out. That should be about it for the video, unless something crazy happens when I'm going down the trail. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the videos, and thank everybody who's been watching and kind of throwing me some support and some love. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next week.